Let me be honest with you for a second. I know why you're here. You've probably spent months, maybe years, working yourself to exhaustion, trading every hour for a paycheck that disappears before the next one arrives. And somewhere in the back of your mind, you've wondered if there's actually a different way. Not the fake stuff, not the get-rich-overnight nonsense, a real way, a sustainable way, a way that actually makes sense when you sit down and think about it clearly. Today I'm going to show you exactly why a digital product generates income every single day, even when you're asleep, even when you're on vacation, even when you're sitting in traffic going absolutely nowhere. And I'm going to break it down so simply that by the end of this video the whole thing will click for you in a way that nothing else has before. But first, I need you to feel something with me for a moment. Picture your Monday morning. Your alarm goes off at 6, maybe 5:30. You're already tired before the day even starts. You drag yourself through the routine, coffee, commute, emails, meetings, and for what? To do it all again tomorrow. And the month after, and the year after. Meanwhile, your real life, the things that actually matter to you, keeps getting pushed to the back burner. The trip you want to take, the time you want to spend with the people you love, the version of yourself you keep promising you'll become once things slow down. But things never slow down. That's the trap. That's the design. You trade time for money, and when you stop trading, the money stops too. That feeling right there, that quiet desperation mixed with hope, that's exactly why you need to understand what I'm about to explain. Now, the people who figured this out early, the ones consistently generating income without clocking in every single day, they didn't stumble onto some secret nobody else knows about. They just understood one fundamental concept that most people overlook, and once you see it, you cannot unsee it. A digital product is something you create once and sell indefinitely. No factory, no warehouse, no employees, no inventory sitting in a garage. You build it once, you put it in front of the right people, and every time someone buys it, money moves into your account whether you're awake or not. That's the mechanism. That's the engine. Now, before we go deeper, if you're already feeling like this resonates with you and you want a structured path to actually building this for yourself, there is a program linked down below in the video description. People who are serious about creating real income streams from digital products are finding it there. Don't let it pass you by while you're still thinking about it. Now let me show you the real math here, because numbers don't lie and they tell a story that emotions alone cannot. Let's say you spend 40 hours building a digital product. A guide, a template, a course, a system of some kind. 40 hours of focused creation. If that product sells for $47 and it sells 10 times a month, that's $470 monthly from one product. If it sells 20 times a month, that's $940. If it sells 50 times a month from accumulated traffic, search engine visibility, and social momentum, you're looking at $2,350 per month from something you built once. 40 hours of initial work, that's the cost of investment turning into a return that compounds over time while you're out living your actual life. Compare that to working a second job. Another 40 hours a month at $15 an hour is $600 before taxes. More time gone, more energy spent, nothing that grows, nothing that scales, nothing that earns while you sleep. The contrast is staggering when you lay it side by side like that. Now here's where I want to get really real with you, because I know some of you watching this right now have a wall up. You've been disappointed before. You've seen the hype and the promises and the screenshots and the testimonials, and something in you is skeptical. And honestly, good. That skepticism has protected you. But I also want to gently challenge you here, because that same skepticism, if you're not careful, will keep you stuck exactly where you are right now. The people generating consistent daily income from digital products are not some rare gifted genius category of human. They're regular people who decided to learn something, apply it consistently, and stop waiting for the perfect moment that was never going to arrive anyway. They were skeptical too. The difference is they moved despite that feeling. Think about the person who sat down 18 months ago, created a simple digital resource based on something they already knew, put it online, and now wakes up every morning to payment notifications before they've even made their coffee. That's not a fantasy. That's a direct consequence of understanding how this works, and then actually doing it. Now, why does a digital product earn daily income? Let me break this down into the simplest possible explanation. When you create a physical product, there's a ceiling on how much you can sell, because there's a cost to produce each unit. When you create a digital product, there is no ceiling. The 1,000th sale costs you nothing more than the first sale did to fulfill. Your margin doesn't shrink as you grow. It stays constant or improves. That scalability is the foundation of everything. Second, digital products can be found by people around the world at any time of day or night. While you're having dinner, someone in another time zone is searching for exactly what you offer. While you're sleeping, the internet is working on your behalf, connecting your product to the people who need it most. This is passive income in the truest, most literal sense of the phrase. Third, the trust and authority you build over time compounds. The more people who benefit from your product, the more they talk about it, share it, and send others your way. Your income doesn't just maintain itself, it has the potential to grow month after month without you having to restart the engine every single time. Now here's what most people who try this and fail get wrong, and this is crucial. They create something without understanding who needs it. They build in a vacuum and then wonder why nothing sells. The most successful digital products exist to solve a very specific problem for a very specific person. They're not trying to be everything to everyone. They're trying to be the exact answer to one pressing question for one defined group of people. When you nail that, everything changes. And this is where experience and guidance matter enormously. The people who go from zero to consistent daily income aren't the ones who figured it all out alone through trial and error over 3 years. They're the ones who found a proven framework, applied it to their unique situation, and compressed that timeline dramatically. Which brings me back to something I want you to really absorb here. The cost of inaction is not zero. Every month you spend in the same position as a month of potential daily income you're not generating. If you could be making even $300 a month from a digital product, 12 months from now, that's $3,600 you either have or don't have based on a decision you make today or don't make today. The gap between your current reality and what's possible isn't talent. It isn't luck. It's information and application. Those are the only two variables. Let me paint you a picture of what this actually looks like from the inside when it starts working. You're going about your day. You're at the grocery store, walking through the cereal aisle, and your phone buzzes. A sale. You didn't do anything, you didn't send a pitch, you didn't get on a call. Someone found your product, decided it was exactly what they needed, and paid for it. You put the cereal in your cart and keep walking. 3 hours later, another notification, another sale. By the end of the day, you've earned income you didn't actively work for that day. Now you do this enough days in a row and something shifts psychologically. You stop operating from fear. You stop taking every stressful situation personally because you know there's something working in the background on your behalf. That shift in mindset alone is worth more than the money itself. Now I want to speak to the person watching this who feels like this isn't for them. Maybe you're thinking you're not tech savvy enough. Maybe you think you don't have anything valuable enough to create a product around. Maybe you think the market is too saturated. Maybe you think it's too late. Let me tell you something very directly. Those thoughts are not facts. They are fear wearing a costume. People with no tech background are doing this. People who thought they had nothing unique to offer discovered they were wrong. The market isn't too saturated for value. It's only too saturated for mediocrity. And it is absolutely not too late. It won't be too late tomorrow either. But here's the thing. Every day you wait is a day someone else steps into the space you're hesitating at. The disqualification you're putting on yourself is not based in reality. It's based in comfort and fear and the false safety of staying where you are. The people thriving in this space right now don't have something you don't have. They have something you haven't gotten yet. And that's a very solvable problem. Let me tie this all together for you now because I want you to leave this video with complete clarity. A digital product earns daily income because it exists independent of your time. It solves a real problem for a real audience. It lives on the internet where people are searching around the clock, and it compounds in value as more people discover it. It transforms the COI, the cost of your time and energy today, into a ROI that continues paying you long after the initial work is done. That is the model. That is the system. That is what changes everything. And if you're ready to stop watching from the sidelines, if you're ready to build something that actually works for you instead of the other way around, the program in the video description below is where you go next. The people taking action on this today are the ones who will look back in 6 months completely grateful they didn't wait. The ones who hesitate, who say, I'll think about it, who come back to this video later and find themselves in the exact same position, they'll also look back. But they'll look back with a very different feeling. The only question is which version of that story you want to live.